What is going on, guys? So today we are headed to a couple dealerships. We are gonna be checking out a couple of cars that we have on our list. I am going to be, but me and my wife spoke about it, and what we're gonna be looking at are 3-row passenger vehicles today, whether it be a 3-row SUV, 3-row minivan, something with 3 rows. But on the top of our lists, we checked out the MDX in the past. If you haven't checked out my video on the Type S's, this particular generation MDX, I believe, or I think is, in my opinion, the best so far in terms of like throughout the years, design-wise, feature-wise. This is one of the best MDXs that Acura has to offer right now. But today we want to go ahead and check out if the Honda dealership have the new redesigned Pilot. That's also a 3-row SUV. I think it's off the same platform as the MDX, if not very similar. Redesigned or retweaked all-wheel drive system. A newer engine, supposedly a more narrow angle V6. So I'm interested to see how that sounds. But I don't think they have it, but we'll see, because it's supposed to be in the dealership December 12th. That's a few days ago. And also we are going to see the competition, the Odyssey from Honda. I've checked out the Sienna in the past and I liked it a lot, even though it's not a V6 anymore. It is a very practical for our family. So the Sienna is also something that to consider, but the MDX is really up there on our lists, and we'll see. I'm at the dealership to check out an Odyssey. And I didn't expect the Sonic Gray Pearl FL5 to be in the showroom. This one in particular, we're at Bay Ridge Honda. This one in particular is, let's see, the asking price is 60, almost 60. This is a 2023 Civic Type R in Sonic Gray Pearl. And here's a window sticker. Let's get you a further look. Wow, I'm surprised. I'm very surprised to find this here. So I'm gonna just do a quick walk around. They actually I don't have the keys. I can't sit inside. It's a really delicate interior, according to them, which is true. I mean, so I'm gonna see if I could, how do I take this away? All right, guys, so here we are. This is the main car that I came to look at today, which is the Odyssey. Let's take a look at the interior. This Odyssey Elite trim is the one that I'm gonna be cross-shopping with the Sienna. This is, I think, the direct competitor to the Sienna Platinum Edition. And platinum trim, and here it is, the center. The interior looks a lot, there's no bridge, but you're able to kind of go to the passenger side or driver's side without a problem. I think this moves forward all the way there. There's a rear entertainment center here, a moonroof, black headliner. It's going to be 8-seater. The center seat right there will be removable. Leather itself, compared to the Toyota premium leather, is this one's a little bit rougher, more of a tumbled leather type of feel, but still it's ventilated, heated, electronic shifter and everything. We'll go ahead and take a look at the driver's side, but a lot of cubbies on the passenger door. This part seems a little bit, no chrome plating, plastic gloss black handle. It's plasticky. So a little bit about the Odyssey as I'm waiting. I think the Odyssey is okay. It's any minivan is really not striking my like driver's enthusiasm for like I can't wait to drive it type of feel. But the interior it's okay. The exterior is very boxy, very traditional minivan like, versus the Sienna, which is more of a like, you know, what they advertise it as, bullet train styling. It's much more curvy, a lot more body lines, but it's much weaker. But to make up for that power deficiency, the hybrid engine, 35 miles per gallon, all-wheel drive, all that, versus the Odyssey, which is only front-wheel drive. So that's initial thoughts with the Odyssey. I'm not as impressed currently, but we'll see. So we're right now, before I left, I decided to go ahead and get the car appraised. So a year ago, I actually got appraised by the same manager, and I came back before I left. I'm like, hey, let me get it appraised before I trade it in to see what's up. So here I am waiting for appraisal. Just got done looking at the FL5 in there. It looks amazing, but thank you, sir.
Bro.
Thank you.
Give me 1 second. I'm about to press out now, right?
Got it. Thank you. So most likely it's gonna be, it'll be probably more worth it to trade it in for the tax incentives or for the tax savings, but we'll see. At this time right here, let's give you a closer look at the car. Here is a car. The used sales manager actually took a look at the cargo box and said, hey, I wanted this box. And I said, hey, used car sales manager, we met a year ago and you offered me an X amount. I couldn't let it go. And here I am, returning, most likely receiving a much lower trade-in price. But again, Bay Ridge Honda. All right, guys, so we just left the dealership. Recap, they are offering me $24,000 for a trade-in. So that is, I don't know if I'm surprised or if I'm not, but I have to kind of digest the information and then see where it goes. Because a year from today, I was actually offered from CarMax $31,800, and that is a terrific price for a vehicle that I was driving or that I owned 4 years a year ago. And now a year after, I think the car market, the used car market, is really settling or really tanking. And I might be able to swing 25 according to the used car salesman. Still, that wasn't the intention of today's video. It's more like for me to go ahead and take a look at 3-row SUVs and the Odyssey. Now, getting back to the subject, 3-row SUV, they had the Passport, but they don't have the Pilot. So I guess, you know, I can't expect them to have a Pilot. I was having my fingers crossed, but what made up for the trip was actually the FL5, the Type R. That was in the showroom. That was pretty cool. And I didn't expect it to be there, but there it was with the holiday bow and everything. They opened the door for me to go ahead and take a look. I couldn't sit in, which is understandable. The red carpets, I'm gonna go ahead and stain it. But on a side note, I think the tux mats in this car will be perfect for the Type R front and rear. Now it's gonna go ahead and kind of tone down the red inside, keep the red seats, but keep that red, the carpets and everything, immaculate, clean. But that is the Type R. Very excited. What do I think of the Type R? It looks very mature. It looks very nice in my opinion. I think the wing is really well done. Overall, the interior of the newer 11th generation is perfect. The inside actually feels a little bit more premium, especially with the window switches. I remember the old window switches needed more work. It didn't have like chrome and everything. The door handles were a lot better. Just overall, I think the interior is well improved since the last FK8. Moving on, the Odyssey. I can't explain it. Nothing about the Odyssey really impressed me. But then again, that's a whole minivan stigma. You know, I wasn't really excited about seeing the Odyssey. Deep down, I think the Sienna is up there. Not because of the engine, more like the styling, more like the overall looks of the Sienna and more of the overall interior package. I've been in a base Sienna, nothing to really write home about, but it's the only minivan that offers all-wheel drive without going plug-in hybrid, like the Chrysler Pacifica. And Chrysler Pacifica is nice. It's a nice minivan because, given that it's a minivan, it's nice. However, it's reliability-wise, I don't seem to trust it, and that's the bottom line, I guess. Moving on to other, like the Carnival, that's also front-wheel drive, so that's something that you have to kind of keep in mind. Sienna is lowest in output versus all the V6s out there, but the Sienna also has 2 electric motors that powers the rear for the all-wheel drive. And based on the reviews and based on my driving experience on the LE anyway, it seems like a decent amount of power. It's sufficient enough. Now I'm gonna end the video on that note. That is it. thank you guys for following my hunt for the next family vehicle, and I will see you guys in the